Hello, everyone out there all across the land. I'd like to welcome you back to the Keith Harris Show, Industry International. As usual and as always, we have a special show for you today. As we told you before, we are lucky enough to have the wonderful, super talented singer and American Idol contestant, Emily Brooke, on the line with us today. How you doing, Emily?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. As a matter of fact. So, first of all, again, we want to thank you for joining us today. We know you've been on a very exciting ride lately. I'm sure the pace has picked up for you quite a bit. How are you enjoying yourself out there?
It's been absolutely crazy and awesome. There'll be people that'll come up to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, weren't you on American Idol?" And it's really crazy. It's just wow.
Kind of different for you. Well, for a lot of listeners and people out there who might not know before the journey that you're on now, I'm assuming you were already singing and doing music before, I believe, also, right?
Yes, I've been singing and doing shows and stuff for 6 years now.
Oh wow! And where did that start for you? Did you know at some point? Well, first of all, if you don't mind, let me ask, how old are you, Emily?
I just turned 16 in November.
Wow, amazing. So still young with a great future ahead of you. Now, when you began singing, what was it like for you? Were you the one who, you're hanging with your friends and you're the one, singing and stuff like that people know, or how did it begin for you?
Well, I always used to sing in the car seat when I was little, and as I got older, I always was singing in the car whenever the radio was on. So when I was 7, 8 years old, I would be in the car with friends, and their parents would talk to my mom and be like, "Oh my gosh, you really should get her into something musically because she's really good." And so we didn't really think it was seriously or whatever until when I was 9, and I was like, I want to learn how to play the guitar. Right. So I started taking lessons, and I took lessons for about a year and a half. And I just haven't stopped since.
You've just been going on ever since.
Exactly.
Right. Now, you've already done different songs, as a matter of fact. I don't know if I can say this, but you have songs already recorded, as a matter of fact. You're well into doing this craft.
Yes. I actually recorded a CD 3 years ago, I think it is now. It's been a while.
Wow.
But, I was able to record that my producer was Billy Yates, and he's just absolutely an amazing guy, and he's so sweet. Mm-hmm. So it was really an amazing opportunity.
Right. Where do you're obviously young, you're living you're enjoying your life, you're living fun, you got your head on straight. Where do you get the inspiration when you write your songs? Where does it come from?
From school, and from friends and parents and stuff is pretty much where I get my inspiration. Because I like to write about things I can relate to. That way when I sing them, I can feel them more. Even when I can't relate to songs that I sing at shows that are by other artists and stuff like that, I'm able to portray that I can relate to it, but I actually really don't. So it's really cool to be able to actually write songs that I can really relate to.
Yeah, be able to have your own expression behind your music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you do shows and stuff like that, what was it like for you the first time stepping on stage? Just not necessarily on the Idol, but just in general, when you do your own shows, how does it feel? Were you nervous the first time you went up, or?
The first time I ever did a show, I think I was almost 10.
Oh,
and
wow.
My dad actually got up on stage with me. And it wasn't even a stage. It was a little coffee house. Uh-huh. And it was really cute. But he actually was playing the guitar next to me the first time I ever performed out. And I was really nervous at first. And then once we got done, I was like, oh, it was fine. It was good. And my dad's like, I think I'm going to throw up. It was just so funny. So I've just always been good about doing shows and stuff. except for that first one. Or if it's like a really, really big thing, then I get nervous. But if it's just like performing, then I'm usually totally fine and chill about it because I love to do it.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like you say, once you get on there, at first, you know, I guess at first, a few first seconds is like, okay, how's everybody going to respond? But then after that first 50 seconds goes by, then you're kind of sunk into the mode. Your song is well on its way, and you're lost in the moment by that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Now, I noticed you said your dad was playing guitar with you. So did you have a bit of a musical background in your family as well? Was there some inspiration from that?
My dad, he took guitar lessons in high school. Or actually, I think it was like a music class just when he went to high school. So he took a little bit there, but that was it. And he really hasn't played it since high school. But he actually started taking lessons a little bit after I did, and then he kind of stopped once I
you took over.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you know, kind of fast forwarding now a bit. How, you know, talking about American Idol, how did you go about, you know, deciding that you were going to go out there and go for that audition? I know you already knew you had it in you. You knew you could do it. You were confident in yourself. But what was the first step for you? Like, you know, did you see the advertisement and say, hey, they're going to be in my town? How did you get on the show?
Well, I've been watching the show like ever since it came out, pretty much. And
me too.
I was watching the season 13 finale, and they had like just announced the winner and stuff. And Ryan Seacrest was like, "This can be you next year. Make sure you go out and go to our website and check to see if we'll be coming to your city." And so I actually found out that they are going to be in Nashville. And so I think by the time like I looked at it, it was like with scheduling and stuff, it was going to be the perfect time for us to go to Nashville.
Yeah.
And so we got there, and I kind of just auditioned because I always was like, how cool would that be for that to be me up on stage and like getting it, or like even the first step, like that'd be so cool to get a golden ticket, da 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 da, and like basically be a part of like everything that American Idol is with all the stars that they've like pretty much created or brought up.
Exactly. I mean, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? And, you know, again, I have to stop to say we congratulate you for doing that. And, you know, you had me actually cracking up laughing because I saw this little part where you were like, you felt like you were booked through. I know how you were talking about watching the episode where you was like, okay, I feel like Ryan booked me. You know what I'm saying, from watching that?
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure he was talking to me, because, like, sometimes things will go on and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that was a sign, like, that I should, like, do something. Like, it's just weird. Yeah. So when I was watching it, at that exact moment, it was just, I was like, okay, there has to be a sign. Like, you talked to me. Like, I have to go audition. You
know, that's really cool, though, because that's an ambitious and creative way to actually look at it. You know, to be able to see them and say, hey, they're talking to me. You knew that you had it within you. How did your family react when you made it through the audition? I know they were going bananas.
They were. I actually was able to have one of my fans with us, and she's actually become more of like a friend, and we go to visit her every single time we come to Nashville. So I was really happy she was able to like come and experience it with us. But it was so crazy for them, because it was just, you do a bunch of stuff and you audition for like competitions and stuff like around town or whatever, and then you're actually like going on like a national like television show to audition for a talent competition that they have, and actually like getting through when there's like 30,000 people that have already auditioned, and you actually like get through and you're like one of the people that do make it. It's just like, I think it was really like surreal for them.
Wow. I can only imagine. I know you were super, I know you were super excited, but were you really surprised, or you just knew? Did you have that confidence to say, hey, I know I'm walking out of here going to the next level?
Okay, so I thought I was going to be going through, at least I was hoping so, yeah. But you never know, because it all depends on what they're looking for, and if the next person is more talented than you are, it really, I was hoping that I was going to make it through, but there's like always that voice in my head, so that way I wouldn't get too excited and then be let down if I didn't get through.
Right.
So there's always that voice in my head saying, okay, there's other people here that are probably even more talented than you are, and you're just like another contestant, and to remember that
right.
there's a responsibility there, and it's really hard.
Right. Exactly. It's a tough industry, and you always have to be prepared for the what and the what ifs and different things like that. Too much away. Before you go on stage at any performance, even, from the beginning of time for you, do you have any, how do you prepare yourself to go on? Like, do you, obviously you probably say your prayers, you say, okay, I hope I make it through this, but, do you have a ritual or something that helps to get you through?
Actually, it sounds really weird, but I don't really have, like, any ritual, because, I don't know, I usually just go up there and start singing. I don't know, I've actually never thought about that.
Hey, well, you know what, that's cool then, because that just means that, it's just within you. You do what you know how to do, and that's very talented. How once you began and you got onto the show, did you still get to talk to your friend? Obviously you still get to talk to them, but you were really busy. Did you still have time to just kind of do your regular things in everyday life and stuff like that? Are you still going to school, I assume, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I know that must have been exciting. Did after your first time on the show, did you go back to school and people were like, wow?
Yeah, it was like a bunch of people that like I had never talked to before were coming up to me and were like, "You are amazing." Even now, it's just so funny because I'll like be walking in the hallways and sometimes I'll like see people like looking at me funny, and then like I'll walk by them and they'll be like talking about like my audition and stuff. So it's been really different.
Right. Have you been asked for any autographs yet? Or people?
No.
That sounds great.
Cool, but
that sounds great. So I guess people might be kind of nervous, like, oh gosh, like what should I say to her? How should I approach her? Things like that. How did you?
Yeah.
How did you deal with all the excitement though?
Of the show?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure before even the show you were getting, a lot of congratulations and things like that for people. I mean, you're a wonderful singer. So just in general, I suppose.
Thanks. I guess I kind of just, whenever people talk to me, they're always like, make sure you don't get a big head and always stay humble and all this stuff. And, whenever people congratulate me or say, oh my gosh, you're so amazing, or you're all this stuff, it's kind of like I try not to think too much about it, and like I appreciate the comment and I thank them and like, oh my gosh, they're so amazing and all that, but I never like actually let it blow up my head. I kind of let it go in 1 year, process it, and then think like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing, people actually think about me like that, and then it almost like goes out the other year because I just always am like humble. Like even when people were tweeting me after the show, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so nice, you're so humble." I was like, just like 30 minutes ago, I was like only had like a couple thousand followers, and now it's like all the way up here. Like it's crazy, and the excitement was just insane because everyone was like, "OMG, OMG, OMG," and I was like, this is like insane. Like I didn't expect it to be that much hype.
There's really a difference. And you know what? I tell you what, it's true. Keep the level of head that you've got, and in this business, I suppose that you never, get big headed. But I'm gonna tell you at the same time, Emily, still make sure you enjoy the ride that you're on because you're talented, and you also have to give yourself chance to really recognize that what you're doing is a wonderful thing and be very proud of yourself. So it's kind of between, I think there's that line between it that says, okay, don't let my head, blow up and float away, but at the same time, give yourself credit because you really deserve it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. You kind of said it like so like much easier did it. It took me like 5 minutes.
I know exactly what you mean. Look, I want to again, first of all, I want to thank you for coming on with us today. I know you probably don't have too much time, and we're honored to have you. But I have to ask you, well, actually, two questions. In a second, I want to go ahead and let you give all your shout outs to everybody that you want to give shout outs to. But just a piece of advice that you would give to those out there that are aspiring to be artists like you are, that are trying to get on the same wonderful journey that you've been on. What piece of advice would you have for those people?
I would say that to kind of just go for it, because you never really know what could happen from any experience that you take. So kind of just go for it and make sure to stay true to yourself along the way, because there are a bunch of other people out there that are trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do. And I guess just be yourself, because that's what will probably make you stand out more than anything. Absolutely,
absolutely. Do you have any, I know being an artist, and a singer is your goal. Do you have any other things that you thought about you might want to be later on in life, or?
I've always really loved photography. That sounds really weird and out of the blue, but I actually took a photography class last year, my freshman year, and I just loved it. And I always liked taking pictures and stuff before that. So, if anything, I'd probably just travel the world and take pictures.
Hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to tell you what, number one, is not weird. And number two, you're actually in the right direction right now. So don't even, don't shadow that at all. Because if you're looking to be a photographer, you are sure getting the experience of things that would be great to take pictures of. There's a lot of moments for you to want to cherish and hold on to. So you're in the right direction for that also.
For sure. Thanks. I'm that's awesome.
No doubt. Listen, Emily, look. Shout outs. Go ahead and give your shout outs to everybody.
Okay, so shout out to my parents for being so supportive of me and my brother, and also my brother for sticking around for all the shows that were hours and hours on end. Shout out to my best friend who came with me to the auditions, and for Juliana and Terry. I could go on for hours for shout outs.
Well, go ahead.
Billy Yates for helping me do my CD a couple of years ago, and basically just everyone for supporting me and always just being there and wanting to make sure my music gets out there just as much as I do.
Hey, absolutely. And, we want to let you know that, right here on the show here as well, we follow you. And anytime you're putting something out or you're releasing a new track and you want it to get rotation and spans on the radio, you got a home right here at the Keith Harris Show. Just send it to us and we'll keep it in rotation for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No doubt. Listen, Emily, you are amazing. And we congratulate you on all your success. And we wish you all the best in the future, and we support you, and we wish you much more success after that. So keep doing your thing. You're extremely talented, and you're going to go far, and we see that. So we thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's right. Listen, everybody out there all across the globe and all over the world, this is the wonderful Emily Brooke. Very talented. Her head's on her shoulders. She's doing the right thing. She's inspired. And let's make sure we get behind her and support her in all her future projects. All right, you listen to the Keith Harris Show, Industry International. Emily, Brooke, we love you, and we hope to hear from you again soon.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
You too.
That was Emily Brooke, everyone, the wonderful singer and contestant. I mean, she's doing a lot of wonderful things. And, I just wanted to take time to say, all right, look, with so many things that go on in the world and so many things that happen, we find it inspirational to get behind our youth that are doing positive things. Let's keep it 100. As we always hear, that the youth and our, and the kids of today are our futures of tomorrow. And it's always positive when we can see them shining and bringing light, you know, because us as the generations that have passed, we have been successful, and we have had a lot to be able to be thankful for. You know, even when it comes down to the connections through social media and things like that. So we have an even bigger platform nowadays to support the upcoming generations than we did years ago. And we need to respect that, honor that, and take advantage in doing that. So let's make sure we stand behind, you know, all our people coming up, such as Emily Brooke. Support them, show your love, keep it respectful, and give them their applause and their ovations like they deserve, because they work hard, and the industry is no slouchy game. You know, it's not like it was years ago where everybody could do it. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's a lot more difficult to be able to be that one, or to be that one out of the five, or however you may want to put it. But so once again, we shout out Emily Brooke and her whole team and her whole staff and everybody that stands behind her and motivates her and pushes her and her skill to do what she does. We greatly appreciate it, and we thank her for being on the show as well. Big shouts out to Molly O'Gara too, you know, for linking in with us. Keep doing what you do, Molly, handling your business. All right. You listen to the Keith Harris Show, Industry International. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.